NGF Custom/Reviews.
Rises. Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX July 20th.
Which is tonight at midnight. What's going on, guys, and welcome to the long-anticipated showcase on these three Dark Knight Rises minifigures, including Batman, Bane, and Catwoman. I promised you guys that I would have this showcase out before the movie tonight, and, well, without further ado, here we go.
Dark Knight Rises is now showing. That's just torment to my mental health.
So we're going to start off with the Watchful Protector, the Silent Guardian, the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight himself, Batman. And Batman is definitely a very cool figure, definitely a very cool variant of Batman. Why? Because he features custom armor that was custom casted in Hong Kong by a Bricklink seller named Breakthrough. And a link to his Bricklink will be in the description below if you'd like to buy any of this armor. And yeah, so as you can see, his shoulders come right down to his van braces, his Brickforge van braces. Those are black Brickforge van braces. They are originally silver, but I painted them black. And I think they act as perfect wrist guards and make him look even more bulky than, you know, just makes him look awesome. But anyway, you can see here, his belt is painted in gold, and all of the armor detail is outlined in a gunmetal silver, and the bat is wrapped around in a gunmetal silver. And basically, it's entirely accurate, and I think it looks awesome. And what really makes him look like the Dark Knight is that he has the eyes painted in. And normally with Lego Batman figures, you just have blank white eyes as if he's possessed. But you can see I did paint in the eyes, and I actually went through two versions to get that right. But it turned out really awesome. And if you couldn't already tell, he features the cowl. The custom, it's not exactly a custom cowl, but it is the cowl from the Bat Jet Ski Polybag set. So that's pretty awesome. And as you can see, his cape has a lot of nice casting to it. It really gives that cape flow kind of effect, and it looks really awesome. And yeah, so that's Batman, the Dark Knight himself. So, yeah. And now we have Bane, the one who breaks the bat in the comics, and we have yet to find out if he'll do it again in Christopher Nolan's movie tonight. So, as you can see, the head and torso technically really aren't mine. The head and torso come from an eBay seller named Online Salin, I believe, and you can just type him in, and he's been selling all kinds of Dark Knight minifigures. He has Dr. Crane, Batman figures, he has Bane's tumbler with the camo, he has the bat, it's, you know, the new vehicle. He has all kinds of Dark Knight figures and vehicles, and I picked up his Bane a while back, and I did make some upgrades myself to make him look more like Bane. As you can see here, I painted the flesh going all the way to the back here, and that was done by me. But the eyes, I painted in the pupils, the little white dots there, but other than that, that's pretty much all I did. And then the torso, I didn't really do anything at all, I just painted the neck flesh. So, yeah, and then I also, instead of giving him, well, he does have the trench coat, I'll give you a look at him with the trench coat soon, but I just replaced his arms. I took off his trench coat and gave his arms flesh, or gave him flesh arms, because I just think, I kind of like Bane without the trench coat more. And you can see the legs are entirely mine. I painted on the pockets and the boots. You can see there. And I painted on the side detail. So let's look at that, and it's also on the opposite side. So, very awesome, and, well, yeah, that's pretty much it for Bane. He does not have any back printing, but again, that's not my torso. If it was my torso, you'd see back printing, not back printing, a back decal, or it's painted back torso. But anyway, there's Bane. Okay, and now we have Catwoman. And Catwoman is a much more intricate figure than the other two. Why? Because I actually had to sculpt her ears by hand, and that was a little bit of a challenge. And let me give you a good look at those. So, there are her ears. Her ears actually will be acting as goggles in the movie, which is very cool and very creative. And then there's the back. You can see I have the strap that wraps all the way around and connects to the mask on her face. I also painted her lips red. They were originally tan. And you can see the shaping on the mask paint job is very accurate, and I think it looks really awesome. She features a Desert Eagle, which can go airborne, as you can see. But her Desert Eagle is from Minifig Cat. I think it's the closest and most awesome looking gun that resembles Catwoman's gun, and my camera's not focusing. There we go. And I just think it looked the best, so I decided to use that. And as you can see, she does have the zipper on her chest and the clay to represent cleavage. I know that's a little scary, but I thought it would look good for a feminine effect and make her look like, you know, the Catwoman she is. And you can see she does have the gunmetal striping right here and here. Why? Because I wanted to separate the effect. What I mean by effect is if I take a lamp here, turn it on her, you can see all those little dots represent the effect that she has running all the way around her costume. You can see it really well, actually. So I had to poke in each and every single one of those little indents with a pin. So I think this figure is definitely has the most effort put into her, and definitely has the most intricate process in making her. So there's Catwoman, and Catwoman also features a secondary head. You can see this is the variant with her goggles folded down, and I forgot to turn the light off to give this a more epic effect. But anyway, you can see that the goggles are folded down. They actually don't fold. I actually have to replace the hair and head every time I do this. But you can see I do have two variants for Catwoman, and this one you can see the goggles right here are on both sides of her mask, or her goggles, or whatever you want to call it. But her goggles actually go over her mask, so it's kind of like mask goggleception. But anyway, you can see the blue lights here and here are painted on. Those are originally blue dots with a white dot placed on top of the blue dot to give it that glowing effect. And then you can see the goggle lenses here. I painted the gunmetal instead of black, because if I painted the black you wouldn't be able to see them. And then I also painted the strap going all the way around to the other side of her mask. So that is the secondary variant for Catwoman. It has been 8 years since the start to Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, and I'm proud to say that I was there for both films, and both amazed me in every way. My parents grew up with different Batman films, but I grew up with Nolan's Legend, and all I can say is that I'm glad I did, because I'll never forget the well-written intensity of the Dark Knight trilogy. And now after Christian Bale's Batman has proven that he is truly incorruptible and can always emerge from the darkness, we face a coming storm. That storm will be drawing overhead tonight at midnight, and the epic conclusion to these amazing films. It's time to bring this trilogy full circle with The Dark Knight Rises. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Christopher Nolan, and thank you to every single individual that was involved with the making of these three films, because they are unforgettable and truly the most cinematic experiences someone could ever hope to see. So, I hope you guys enjoyed these three custom minifigures, and I am looking forward to The Dark Knight Rises tonight at midnight in every way, and I'm going to be seeing it in IMAX twice tomorrow after midnight when I wake up, because my dad actually, the reason I'm going to see it twice in IMAX is I was originally planning to go at midnight to the Standard and then IMAX the next day. But then my dad, he won some tickets from our local news station, some extra tickets, so that gives me a chance to go 2 times to IMAX tomorrow. So that'll be absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you guys later. Alright.